Hello, hi, and welcome back to my channel, or to my channel if you are new. I am the one who writes, aka ThatKatWhoBeWriting, and I have been doing a over year and a half long series that was not being posted on YouTube, but was for me in my real life, of decluttering and how journaling can help you declutter. I'm currently on, as of filming, it is Christmas Eve 2025, so December 24th for those of you who don't celebrate. And I'm on journal 159, which is this cute little fox journal I just made. And I am going to see from the journals that I started my decluttering journey all the way to here, how many items did I actually declutter? Let's get into it. We start off in journal 126 and we have 9 items decluttered, most of them frames, and I did put the artwork in here. So this is kind of funny for me because journal 127 is the journal that I always remember when I think about when I started my decluttering journey and started putting them in the journals. And it only has a whopping 2 items decluttered. So the page that always comes to my mind is literally the only page that has the 2 items I decluttered. For journal 128, I have a whopping, and fittingly, 8 items that I decluttered. This is when I started using the items and their stories as my prompt a day that I was doing that year. Does anyone remember that I did that in 2024? But I tried to write a prompt every single day in 2024, and I used multiple creators' prompts and different prompts. And then I guess I got bored and I just started using the stories of the items I was decluttering. For journal 129, I got rid of a whopping 7 items. One of those items being an old glasses case, which I'm glad I stuck the old sticker in the journal, or else I probably would have never known that. Does anybody remember when I jumped back into journal 97? Around spooky season? I'm glad I did, but I almost did not. So in this journal, I got rid of 23, what would have been 25 items, but I did save 2 of the items, and they're in my current office. But 4 of those items were repeats. So obviously I didn't delete the picture off my computer. So for an actual total of 19 items. In journal 130, I have 13 items that I decluttered. Some of them I tore up and threw in there and just kind of let die. So they're end of eras that needed to end. And some of them were just like picture frames of old pictures I had that I just put in there. So now it gets to live there. Journal 1 Journal 131 might be tiny, but it is mighty with a whopping 27 items decluttered. I will say, though, a lot of these came from my parents' house, so they weren't decluttered from my space, though they are no longer in my life and bringing joy to someone else's life. Journal 132 was too jam-packed with awesome Halo things, so it had 0 items decluttered. Journal 133 also followed Journal 132's footsteps and was too jam-packed with awesome Christmas in Egypt stuff, so it has 0 items decluttered. This journal had 88 items that I got rid of. I'm counting items like pictures that I have placed in here that were in frames, and then I got rid of the frames. So those items were counting, but I am not counting postcards that were just like maybe hanging up like these postcards are. Just because like nothing was gotten rid of, it just found it had 0 items that I took a picture of and put in that I decluttered. Not to say that I wasn't decluttering at this time, I 100% was, because January and February and March were very heavy declutter months. I just did not print off pictures and put it in the journal. Journal 138 also doesn't have any items printed off as decluttered items. It also has 0 items that I was getting rid of at the time, which makes sense because I probably didn't want it to bulk up. It ended up kind of bulking up anyway, but I was saving all of it because the release of Sunrise on the Reaping was happening, so I wanted all that ephemera there. For journal 140 in the decluttering, it still has no pictures printed off for documented decluttering. I kind of feel like that I forgot about it, if we're quite honest. We'll see if I remember it or when I remember it. For journal 141, it has one item that's decluttered. For journal 142, keeping up with the theme, there are 0 items as tracked as decluttered items. For journal 143, we still have 0 items recorded as decluttered. For journal 144, continuing on with our theme, yeah, nothing was recorded as decluttered. Still nothing listed as recorded as decluttered. For journal 146, I still don't have anything recorded. I do want to just reiterate that this doesn't mean I wasn't decluttering and I wasn't taking pictures of the items. It just means I wasn't printing them out and putting them in the journal. For journal 147, I remember what I was doing and I record a whopping 14 items that I've decluttered. For journal 149, I don't have anything that I decluttered in here because that would defeat the purpose of the challenge I set for myself while in this journal. For journal 150, I have 0 items labeled as decluttered. For journal 151, we're back on our trend and I have 0 items marked as decluttered. For journal 152, I have 0 items that I recorded as decluttering, and after I filmed be talking about journal 151, I realized that I'm just doing 2025. I still have the 2024 declutters to do, so you'll see it in order. It's not going to be in order for me. For journal 153, again, I have 0 items marked as decluttered. For journal 154, I have yet again 0 items decluttered, which is very odd because in 2024 I thought it was very fitting that in like the season of the dead and spooky season that I would write and put things in the journal that were like metaphorically dead. For journal 155, I still have 0 things listed as decluttered. For journal 156, I still don't have anything marked as decluttered. For journal 157, I almost make up for all of the zeros in the past spooky season because I have a whopping 16 items that I marked as decluttered. In journal 158, we have a whopping 31 items that were set to declutter. This is mainly because as I was decluttering last year with some of my Christmas items, I went ahead, took pictures, got rid of them in January, but put them with my Christmas ephemera. So when I was pulling out to decorate this journal, I saw these items and I wrote down their stories. And that brings us to journal 159, the journal that I'm currently in as of recording this video. And editor Catherine will put how many items I decluttered in this journal. Hi, hello, editor Catherine here. A clip is not downloading properly, so I'm here to refilm it. Basically, what I was saying is that in these journals, when I was filming this, I had 257 documented items. And I do kind of want to explain what I mean by like documented items. Items that had stories. So basically items that I was holding on to up until the point that I obviously departed with them because they got decluttered, for like either because of the person who gave it to me or because of the memories that they had or the nostalgia that they brought, but they like were just kind of taking up space and not like exactly like either useful or like bringing me happiness other than like on the off chance that I saw it and was like, oh yeah, I remember this feeling. So 257 items that I took pictures of, printed off, and put into these journals. But I will say that there are a lot of items that I didn't take pictures of and I decluttered anyway because I didn't think that I like was either that emotionally attached to them or that they didn't have like a story, or like there were some items that it literally was just because I didn't want to have another thing on my to-do list. But I did get rid of in 2024 like 18 big reusable bags of items and I donated them. And in December of 2025, I think while I was still in this journal, or maybe not in this journal, yes, I was in this journal actually. I had like little kind of like tote bags um, that like I tried to fill up one every day. And I filled them up until I didn't have any more. And I think I had about like maybe 20 to 30 of them. So I did achieve that and we did donate them and things like that. And then there was like some bigger items that I got rid of, but like again, didn't take pictures of or anything like that. I should have taken pictures of the like pile that I was donating so then I could be like, yeah, look at these. So I think I'm like well over the 500 mark with items that I've donated. And then also 257 is just the items that are printed off and put in these journals. I still have items that have not been printed off, and I still have items on my phone that have not even been downloaded to be print off. It's just a long process. But I just wanted to come in and kind of explain all that. Thank you. Now back to your previously scheduled programming.